PSX, Board of Directors and Senior Management of the CMIs, um, Senior Executives from the SECP, Tariq Naseem Saab, thank you for a wonderful presentation. You've covered a lot of the points that I could have also covered, but I will then just skip to only talking about market and what we are thinking in terms of our progress. But before I forget, Salamat Tinga Hari, and Salamat Detange, Pakistan. So I just want to tell you that I spent some time in Indonesia and Singapore. So on a long weekend, it would be usual for me to drive up to from Singapore to Malaysia. And it's always been a pleasure visiting your country. So glad to see you here. There's clearly a lot to learn from other countries and other jurisdictions, and that is really the objective here. So to welcome you to the PSX and to show you where we stand at the PSX. Very quickly, what is the ecosystem like? Because a lot has been told to you about the Sharia counter, our progress on the Ijara Sukuk, which I'll also discuss here, a number of other initiatives that we're taking at the PSX. So if you look at Pakistan and the PSX, the real forefront for us in comparison to countries like yours or Indonesia or Singapore or Turkey, because we're looking at other jurisdictions for information, our number of investors is much more limited than other countries. So for example, Bangladesh is at 1% of their population in terms of investor base, and we're still at 0.14. So the real first port of call for Pakistan Stock Exchange, the PSX, is one, to increase the investor base. Thankfully, a majority of our population is under the age of 30. So a lot of what we are thinking or how we are progressing forward, thanks to also the regulator, SECP and State Bank both, because they've both launched a number of initiatives on digital banking, digital AMC, digital broker, which you just heard from Tariq Naseem Saab as well. So a lot of that is tailored to the bulge that we're seeing in the population. So I will not repeat what Tariq Naseem Saab has already mentioned. Way forward as well, promote access. I think that has been the issue at hand, awareness and educating the investor base. Because of the consistent boom-bust cycle every 3, 4, 5 years, because the investors are risk investors versus investors on the debt side or putting money in the bank, this obviously requires stability and growth, but also requires us to educate and continue to create awareness. Only 5,000 rupees, which is not really much, is what you need to trade a sukuk on the Pakistan Stock Exchange, which was not possible in fact, 13 or 15 months ago. So, well, that's about it. So there is a lot of learning for us from other jurisdictions. So what I really would find helpful, and we are doing that because we are part of the World Exchanges Forum as well. And on that World Exchanges Forum, we get a lot of data in and out the door. Pakistan's history is we've always had a lot of foreign institutions taking an interest. And I've also noticed there are foreign institutional investors who are Sharia compliant only, and they're fairly active in the Middle East. We haven't really seen our share of that investor base as yet. If there's any help we can get from our friends in Malaysia, that'd be good discussion to have. But even otherwise, because we're opening the doors, we're going awareness, education, UINs, which is our investor numbers, IPOs, we want to increase those as well. Any help or anything that you've seen in your jurisdiction that can be helpful for Pakistan, our doors are more than open.